בוקר טוב. We're up to פלא יועץ, עמוד קפ"ט, זלזול. אומר הרב, זלזול, marking. It's making, zilzul comes from the shorish of zol. Someone who's cheap in your eyes, you don't give him a value. And that's why people, make fun. You know why a person makes fun of other people? It's because of he thinks of himself as he's a very
highly of himself.
Exactly, and that's why he mocks other people. So the shorish of zilzul comes from arrogant. אומר הרב, זלזול בכבוד האחרים. צריך להיזהר הרבה. You have to be very, very careful, not חס ושלום, to make fun of other people. שלא לזלזל בכבודם, לא בדיבור ולא במעשה. Not in words and not in actions. וצריך דעת גדול. You need to have, you gotta have a lot of da'at. You gotta put a lot of money into it. Not has v'shalom to hurt people. Ve'en naki, there is no way a person can be clean. Ela hazahir v'zariz lahshov me'od. Kodem asot shum davar lahavero or daber dibur lahavero. One, before you say something, think. And before you do something, think. לפני דיבור ולפני מעשה. We don't have to go far. The first one is in your house. Shama, that's the key. אנחנו פתאום חושבים על איזה אנשים אנחנו מזלזלים. We think, ברוך השם, I'm clean. Oops. Go to your house, go to the mirror and see over there how you behave. Do you think before you talk? Do you think before you do something? Many times the way we respond at home or in occasions that people that surrounding us, we don't even realize and we don't even pay attention, that sometimes we step on people's feelings. Not because you're bad, you just, אתה לא מחשיב אותו. אתה לא מחשיב אותו. I once read, אני לא זוכר, אני חושב, I think it was the Gaon מווילנה. שאלו אותו, what should be the person's goal in his life? So it's a hard question. What should be a person's goal in his life? What should be your mission? You hear that the question? Yes, you hear the question. It says a person's mission in the world should be, if I could live in this world and live this place without hurting a human being. שמעתם? שמעתם מה הוא אומר? A person's mission, if you could put on the list, the first thing is, I live here, I want to make sure to live the world without hurting a human being. זה שלמות האדם. To be able to live in the world and not to hurt a person, זה לא פשוט. It means you have to take in a lot of thoughts, and I'm sorry to use a lot of garbage and don't answer back to people. That's the truth. So, a mission that a person should have in his life, what should be the mission? It's to be able to live in this world and to live the world and not hurt a human being. Okay, we're a little late, but still we can make it. And one of the things is לא לזלזל בבני אדם. מה זה לשון הרע? עוד לשון הרע. You feel free to talk about people, about other people. When they're talking about you, you don't like it. You're not happy. What are they talking about me? But why you feel so free to talk about other people? So hazilzul, it comes from the place Adam doesn't value other people. אומר הרב, או על חברו שיצייר בעצמו אילו היה חברו עושה לו או מדבר לו או עליו כמעשה זה או כדברים האלה, מה היה נראה לו זלזול ומרגיש צער? אז לא יעשה גם לחברו. The same thing that you wouldn't want people to do to you, the same thing don't do to other people. You want people to respect you. You want people to, you want people to invite you, come sit next to me. You don't want people just to ignore you. So when you're in shul and you have breakfast with Ashali class, give people, come sit next to me. There's over there a place. It's not my type. So you want to the same thing.
Maybe you just want to have a friend next to you. I'm just saying, and you don't want anybody because you want to schmooze a little bit, so as you see.
Hold on, schmooze, that's something else.
That's why I'm just
you could schmooze with everybody. Schmoozing is not the issue.
No,
but why don't you want to schmooze with more?
Well, I don't know. You wanted some good news. You wanted something.
Oh, كلنا רוצים good news, and we all know good news.
Wants the scoop. That's what happens usually. People like to go again. Don't take it from
No, has v'shalom, I don't take anything.
An example.
I like your examples, but my example is better.
Stays, I mean, if somebody like this goes.
Yeah, would you want to feel that you don't fit that crew? So why wouldn't you care about other people's feelings also?
I do.
I'm not talking about Rafi, I'm talking about general.
But
usually אתה הולך לחתונה, יש לך את הלבלס, אתה יודע, את השולחנות שלה. ברוך השם, לא דיברתי עליך, I bet general, למה אנשים פיק? I don't sit there, I sit here. כי אתה מזלזל בבני אדם. הזלזול הזה comes from a place that you think very highly about yourself, and you don't think anything about him.
But you didn't do anything.
Who?
The person who sits here and didn't say to the other person, come, you didn't do nothing, you just sat down.
I'm not talking if he picked a chair, but if somebody is coming, you'll make sure to invite somebody else and not him.
Yeah, but in the beginning you said like you have to do something in order for them to feel to
I said think before you do, think before you speak. That's it. And if you do
but that would be a maaseh. That would be
maaseh. It means
meaning thinking before you.
No. That's one, and thinking before you do something. Think when you.
You're gonna do the action. Over here, you're just sitting down. You're not doing anything.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking when you have someone that he needs a chair, instead of inviting him next to you, and you do have a chair, you make sure to send him over there.
Send him there?
Yeah, over there, next to Isaac, because you can sit there next to Michi, next to Idan.
They'll find a chair, but
I'm asking why? Because you don't want him next to you. Why not? Because he's not my type. אנחנו ממשיכים הלאה.
No, I had that case once.
Yeah.
Once. I'm a very nice guy, though.
I like you too. Allah. Vamos al. Da'alach sani.
Once a week. Once today.
Lo David. Whatever you don't like, don't do to your friend. זה כלל גדול בתורה. ובאמת אמרו, כל הנגעים אדם רואה חוץ מנגע עצמו. You can see people's negaim. You see their blemish. You see all the negatives in other people, but the person is so blind when it comes to himself. It's unbelievable. We don't. Adam lo yachol lirot ma hu lo tov, because you love yourself so much that you cannot say anything bad about yourself. Yeah. What do you think? Here and there. If you start to dig, a sanitation is walking. The garbage truck walking. הוא לא רואה בכלל, אדם לא רואה. ואמר החכם, and the Chacham says, אין נקל בעולם, the easiest thing is in the world, למצוא ולהכיר מומי חברו, is to find all the negatives in your friends, ואין קשה בעולם, there's nothing harder in the world, להכיר מומי עצמו. It's so hard for a person to find negatives by himself. אמר החכם, חומת הלבבות, כל החכמים הם. אתם מבינים מה שכתוב? It's so easy for a person to see negatives in other people, but when it comes to himself, he's blind. Blind. It's not only about himself, it's also between you versus other families. A father always sees his kid, ברוך השם, ילדים טובים, הכל בסדר, על הכיפק. הוא לא רואה, nothing is bad, כלום. אתה הולך ל-PTA, הילד שלי ילד טוב. הוא לא עושה homework. You know, he's tired. You know, he talks in class. Because, you know, it's a whole day to sit by 10 hours in class. How can he? You know, he punches other kids. What do you want? It's kids, you know. He'll find an answer for any issue that you're going to tell about his son. זה לא נורמלי. This is it. I wish this father could be a teacher only for one day. Can't be a teacher in class. I want to see how he's going to respond. But you tell him all the issues, he'll find an answer for every problem. And it's not a problem. A kid talks. What do you want? You want him to sit in the class from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 afternoon? Are you normal? No, שייך. So, מה קרה? He doesn't do homework. It's after the whole day. He's up from 6:30, 7 in the morning. He goes, he barely has time after school. You want him also to do homework? He needs to play a little bit. You get whatever problem you're going to bring to this father, he'll find answers for all the problems. For my son, he's not a problem. There's no issues. And if you do have issues, it's you, Mr. Teacher. Zemadim. But that's because he's so blind when it comes to his kids. I'm sorry to use this term, but it's chokhmah. The Rabbi Alav Shalom, many years ago, סיפר לי, זה משל. היה ילד, it was a kid in the shul. איך אומרים? היה ריח לא טוב. כאב לבטן. So they tell him, sir, it smells, your son. It's not my son. חביבי, הילד שלך לא כאבים, whatever, he let things out, שייך, you know? It's not my son, I'm telling you, it's not my son. I'm telling you, it's not my son. And if it's my son, ריחו ריח שושנים. It's a smell of roses. That's how parents are blind when it comes to the kids. Yani, even if he stinks, he smells, it's not my son. And if it is, זה ריח שושנים. The smell of roses. הבנתם את זה? כי האבא ואמא, they don't see anything better when it comes to the children.
You know, it's a mashal, but you're really supposed to tell somebody that his son smells.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Do I have to answer the question?
Yeah. I mean, are you allowed to say?
I'm giving
giving
you an example.
I understand that.
That's it. So what are you asking on mashal?
If it's a true story, not a mashal.
No, it's a mashal.
No,
But it's a true story.
True story.
It's a true story because it happens everywhere, anywhere. Business, home, wedding, everything. It's not that, it's something else.
My wife
So
is
do we
upset
say
with
something?
these parents blind. And I see plenty of them.
Oy va'avoy.
Blind.
Oy va'avoy. If not, hazit the kids. Nobody will take care of them. We need someone that has to be blind to raise those kids. If we're not, we're going to be very upset on the kids, because if you think raising kids, it's the last thing that a person should do in this world.
Mhm.
Because if you leave, I'm sorry, it's like a goy. לא שכל הגויים ככה, but I'm saying, if you're selfish, there is no reason to have a child. Because they מפריעים, you know. הם מפריעים לך בחיים. I want to live life and they just disturb you. I want to go to sleep, they make noise. I want to go to work, I get a phone call from the teacher. And just leave me alone. תעזור אותי בשקט. I want to, you have so many issues and so many problems. כאילו, אני לא מבין בשביל מה אתה have kids to begin with. ילדים מפריעים. דרך אגב, many people, they don't want to have a lot of kids, בוודאי, because it's a headache, וגם מי שיש לו אחד או שתיים, he's fed up also. אז זה בעיה. זה בעיה, להביא ילדים, בעיה, זה כאילו, זה מפריע לך, they get stuck in life. That's especially when you're young. When you're in your early 20s, forget it. Once have kids. That's why the other nations, when you're 35, I didn't think about getting married. 15 years, 20 years at party. Now, okay, I can have a child too. But he has no patience. As you get older, you lose your patience. When you're young, when you're 20, when you're in your 20s, you're fresh. You can jump with them. You grow with them. It's like a big, kindergarten in your house, and you're the teacher. Also, you're young, and your wife was also young. But when you get married, when you're old, and it's like a hot, you have no patience. Abba, let's go to the park. I'll go to the park. I was in the park many years already. Enough. Go with him. And then wait, when you become a grandfather, he has no patience even to his grandchildren. It's sad. It's very sad. What kind of memory the grandchildren see? An old man with zero patience, not fun. All the memories that they have, סבא עצבני. אתה שומע רפי? Yeah, okay. אתה מבין את זה? So יש דבר, there's something big into getting married young, but it's give and take. When you're young, the good thing is that you go with them, and you have koach, but it takes away something from you selfish. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu hayav, he made it that a parent should love the children so much. And the less your independence, like a baby, the more pity you have on him. Think, if you touch a baby or something happens, wow, a baby, why? Why the worst pictures that comes out from Gaza and all these places that they shake the world? Because the little they are, the more of it disturbs the world. Lama, it's a baby. Hashem asash a baby. Parents have so much pity and mercy. Why? Because he cannot do anything. Hashem asa. As the kids grow, when he grows, he starts to walk, he starts to go to the bathroom alone. It's a little less patient that you have because you're already independent. The more his independence, the less of mercy you have towards the kid. Not that you don't love, but Baruch Hashem, you pick it up, go figure it out. You understand? But parents needs to love the kids for the kids to know how to grow. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to make it, kids will not be able to grow. You need parents to love the kids. Unconditional. That's the key. That's the key.
I think the reason parents, like I said before, they don't feel like the kid's always good because the kids reflect them. If the kid is no good, it means they're no good. So that's why they always try to protect the kid and not see the fault, because they don't see the fault in themselves. Because the kid is your extension.
So what do you say, that if a kid is bad?
It's bigger than that mean you were bad. Where people are going to look, they're going to say you are bad because you didn't prepare it. They're always going to blame you. So no matter what.
So are you trying to? So what you're saying? What you're saying? You're protecting yourself.
Pretty much.
Okay, I hear you. You have a good point. But he's asking why is it the parents love the kids?
Not like
I just went back.
Got it. I agree with you.
When you're in PTA and you tell the parents that the kid is, he's restless. He's in class all the time. You were making that example. So he was saying that, that's portraying you as a parent or as, so.
In our days, I want to tell you, 15 years ago, if I had a PTA or 10 years ago,